Hey everyone, welcome back to Tyler Blogger. Life moves fast. We rush, we worry, we seek instant gratification. Patience, a virtue once revered, now struggles to find its place. We forget the wisdom of stillness, the power of observation. In our relentless pursuit of doing, we miss the profound beauty of simply being. Yet patience is not passive resignation. It is active acceptance of the present moment, a deep trust in the unfolding of life. It is the quiet strength that allows us to weather any storm and emerge stronger, wiser, more compassionate. High atop a misty mountain where the air is thin and the world below seems but a distant memory, far from the clamor of the world, resided a wise Zen monk. This monk had chosen a life of solitude, away from the distractions and noise of everyday life. His days were spent in quiet contemplation, meditating on the mysteries of existence and the nature of the self. His heart was like a still pond, reflecting the wisdom of the ages, undisturbed by the ripples of worldly concerns. People from distant lands, drawn by his reputation for profound insight and tranquility, made the arduous journey to seek his guidance. They came with questions, with burdens, and with hopes of finding peace. One day, a young student, his heart ablaze with ambition and a mind full of questions, arrived at the monk's humble dwelling. He had heard tales of the monk's wisdom and believed that here, atop this serene mountain, he would find the answers he sought. He yearned for enlightenment, for an end to his suffering. The young man was determined to uncover the truths that had eluded him for so long. He believed the answers lay in acquiring knowledge, in unlocking the secrets of the universe. He thought that through study and understanding he could conquer his inner turmoil and find peace. The monk welcomed him with a gentle smile, sensing the fire of curiosity and the weight of confusion in the young man's heart. He knew that the journey to enlightenment was not just about seeking answers, but about understanding the questions themselves. Over the days that followed, the monk guided the student through the serene mountain paths, teaching him to find stillness within, to listen to the silence, and to see the world with new eyes. Slowly, the young man began to understand that true wisdom was not just about knowledge, but about experiencing life with an open heart and a quiet mind. The mountain, with its timeless presence, became a silent teacher, imparting lessons of patience, humility, and inner peace. And so, atop the mountain, far from the clamor of the world, the young student found not just answers, but a new way of being, a way that embraced the stillness, the silence, and the profound wisdom of the ages. The student, brimming with questions, wasted no time. His heart raced with anticipation, and his mind was a whirlwind of thoughts and queries. He had traveled far, seeking the wisdom of the renowned monk who was said to possess the secrets of the universe. "Master," he implored, "teach me the secrets of happiness." His voice was filled with urgency, a desperate need to understand the mysteries of life that had eluded him for so long. "Show me the path to enlightenment." The young man's eyes shone with a fervent desire to grasp the profound truths that he believed would transform his existence. How can I achieve greatness in life? His questions came in rapid succession, each one more pressing than the last, as if he feared the answers might slip away if he did not ask quickly enough. The monk, his eyes twinkling with amusement, listened patiently as the young man spoke, his words tumbling over each other in their haste. The monk had seen many like him, seekers who believed that enlightenment could be attained through sheer will and determination. When the student finally paused for a breath, the monk smiled gently. He had been waiting for this moment, knowing that the young man's journey had only just begun. "My dear child," he began, his voice as soothing as a gentle breeze, "your eagerness is commendable, but your mind is like a turbulent sea." The monk's words were calm and measured, each one carrying the weight of years of wisdom and experience. It is in stillness that clarity is found, in silence that wisdom whispers. The monk's gaze drifted to the serene landscape around them, a reminder of the peace that can be found in nature's quiet moments. He continued, "Just as a muddy pond clears when left undisturbed, so too will your mind find clarity in stillness. Patience, my child, is the key to unlocking the doors of understanding. Embrace the silence and let it guide you to the answers you seek. In time, you will find that the journey itself is as enlightening as the destination." The student frowned, confused. "But master," he protested, "how can I sit in silence when my mind races with questions? How can I be patient when time seems to slip through my fingers like grains of sand?" The monk smiled again, his gaze filled with compassion. "Tell me, young one," he asked, "when you are thirsty, do you not first seek a cup before you can quench your thirst?" The student, perplexed by the seemingly unrelated question, nodded slowly. "Yes, master," he replied, "but I do not understand." "And so it is with wisdom," the monk continued, his voice soft yet steady. In the quiet of the forest, where the rustling leaves whispered secrets of the ages, the monk's words carried a profound weight. His eyes, deep and knowing, reflected the serenity of the natural world around him. Just as a cup is needed to hold the tea, so too must your mind be still to receive the wisdom it seeks. The stillness of the mind is like the calm surface of a pond, undisturbed and clear, allowing the depths to be seen. In this tranquility, the essence of wisdom can be truly absorbed and understood. Patience is not merely waiting, it is the quiet preparation of the heart for the gifts of life. It is the gentle nurturing of the soul, much like the way a gardener tends to his plants, knowing that in time they will bloom. Patience is the silent strength that allows us to endure and grow. He gestured to a simple wooden table. This table, unadorned and humble, symbolized the essence of simplicity and focus. It was a reminder that in the simplicity of life we often find the greatest truths. "Come," he invited, "let us share a cup of tea, and I will show you the way of patience." The act of sharing tea was more than just a ritual. It was a moment of connection, a bridge between teacher and student, where lessons were imparted not just through words, but through presence and action. The student, intrigued, followed the monk to the table and sat down, his mind still buzzing with questions. As the monk poured the tea, the student watched intently, realizing that each movement was deliberate and meaningful. The simple act of pouring tea became a lesson in mindfulness, in being present in the moment. The student began to understand that wisdom was not just in the answers, but in the journey of seeking them. The monk, with graceful movements, began the ancient tea ceremony. He carefully prepared the tea, his actions deliberate and measured. He then poured the steaming tea into the student's cup, but he did not stop. The tea overflowed, spilling onto the table. "Stop!" cried the student, startled by the monk's actions. "The cup is full! You are wasting the tea!" The monk calmly placed the teapot down and looked at the student, his eyes filled with wisdom. "The value of emptiness, just as this cup," the monk began, gesturing to the overflowing cup. "Your mind is full of your own thoughts, your own desires. You are so busy seeking, so focused on acquiring, that you leave no room for wisdom to enter." He continued, "To receive the gifts of life, to experience true peace and enlightenment, you must first empty your cup. You must cultivate stillness within, create space for wisdom to blossom." Next one is finding stillness. The student, his impatience fading, began to understand. He saw the wisdom in the monk's words, the profound truth hidden in the simplicity of the tea ceremony. He realized that his constant striving, his relentless pursuit of knowledge, had been a barrier, not a bridge to enlightenment. The monk, sensing the student's shift, smiled warmly. "Patience," he said, his voice barely a whisper, "is not about inaction. It is about aligning yourself with the rhythm of life, with the natural flow of the universe." Patience in action. "When you are patient," the monk continued, You do not force things, you do not strive for a predetermined outcome. You act with intention, but you surrender to the wisdom of a power greater than yourself. The student, his mind now quiet, listened intently. He understood that patience was not about resigning himself to mediocrity, but about aligning himself with a higher purpose, with the natural flow of life. Embrace the stillness. Life's greatest lessons are often learned not through striving, but through stillness. It is in the quiet moments of reflection, in the patient observation of the world around us, that wisdom reveals itself. Embrace the stillness, cultivate patience, and watch as life unfolds in its own perfect timing, revealing its hidden beauty, its profound wisdom, one precious moment at a time. Thanks for watching. Remember, your future is in your hands. The decisions you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Let's make it a great one. See you in the next video.